Alright, so this is going to help you out with homework number 1.4. We're going to look at number 2. I think that this is a complicated picture, and sometimes combining some of the skills from previous days can be a little bit challenging. So it says, given the following picture below, answer the following. Name an acute angle. So I know I need angle something, and remember an acute angle is between 0 and 90 degrees. So I see over here, I see this 60-degree angle. That is an acute angle right there. So I need to name this angle, which I believe if we follow the letters will be B, C, F. There are definitely more answers, right? We could have named that in a different way. But that is one acute angle in this picture. All right, looking at letter B. Name a straight angle. Remember the word that I said in class that I want you to think of when you hear straight angle is a line, or if you wanted the degree measures, 180 degrees. There is again here multiple answers that you could have done. I'm going to just pick the horizontal line that's kind of staring right at me in the middle here. Right here, this angle there is 180 degrees. That forms a straight line. How do I name that? Well, I know that F is the middle of the 3 points, so that has to be my vertex, right? And I'm just going to use the other 3 letters in order. So I'm going to say CFD, and I get that angle there. All right, looking at letter C, this is going back to around homework 1.2 where we talked about congruency. And it says, write a congruence statement for 2 line segments. So remember a congruent statement, we're going to use that congruent symbol, and you're saying something is congruent to something else. So I'm going to look at the picture and look at the tick marks, right? That's what's going to show that things are congruent. And so I see a tick mark right here and here. Now don't get a little too confused, right? If I'm looking at this first tick mark, I'm going to look at the 2 points that is between, and that's between points A and B. So my first line segment is AB. And I know that's congruent to, well, this tick mark is between A and D. So AB is congruent to AD. All right, letter D. It says name a right angle. Well, right away, right angle is 90 degrees. We're looking for that box, right? So I see the box in the corner of an angle right there. That means that this is my 90-degree angle. It is angle AFD. Okay, we're almost done. Letter E. Letter E says name an obtuse angle. Again, kind of like part A, there's something just labeled in the picture, but just for your memory, an obtuse angle is between 90 and 180 degrees. And I see 150 that lies in that interval. So I know that the angle right here is obtuse, and let's name that angle JAD. And the final question, F, is kind of going back to day 1. What is another way to name angle HGE? So let's find that angle first of all, HGE. The only answer for this, there's only one, is angle EGH. If you thought angle G would have worked because it's the vertex, we can't use angle G because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 angles that all have that vertex, right? So you're not really sure which one you're talking about, okay? So in this case, if we're going to answer letter F, we're going to use 3 letters, and we're just going to reverse the order, change up the order, making sure that G is in the middle. Okay, I'm going to go through one more completely, and then one more just a setup of an equation, and then I figure that you can solve the rest. So number 4A, the directions for 4 say find the missing angles in the following triangles. These, first of all, those are not tick marks. Those are just kind of placeholders for the angles, so just be careful about that. But what I notice here is I don't have an an expression that I can evaluate. I don't have tick marks to say that things are equal. But right above in number 3, you answered that all 3 angles in a triangle add to 180. So I know 2 of the angles. I can figure out the third. So I'm going to take 70, add it to 50. That's 120, right? So 70 plus 50 is 120. If I know all 3 have to add up to 180, I know if I do subtraction that I have 60 degrees left for that last angle. And that's the process that we want to go through to find the third missing angle in a triangle. I picked this question because it wasn't in your notes. Whereas the last question, number 7, there's one exactly like that in your notes. So go open up your notes packet if you need help on that one. The other one that I just want to set up an equation for is letter C. I'm sorry, excuse me, I was reading the angle. Number 5. So angle CKM is a straight angle. Solve for T. Remember, straight angle, that's a line. That means that it's 180 degrees. So what this problem is saying is that CKM, that's this angle here, this entire angle is 180 degrees. Well, notice that whole angle is made up of 2 smaller ones. It's made up of this one, which measures T, and then this green one that measures 106. So if I add up red plus green, T plus 106, it makes up that entire straight angle, and we know a straight angle is 180 degrees. So I think from there you should be able to solve for T and use that same type of process to help you with number 6, okay? But I hope that helps, and I hope you're able to finish the rest of your homework. We'll see you tomorrow in class. Good night.